Live from WYLN Hazleton, this is WYLN's late edition, News at 10, with meteorologist Joe Garbacek, sports with Beth Mensinger, Acres Lisa Sugar, and L.A. Tyrone. News, weather, sports, features, and more. You're watching WYLN's late edition, News at 10.
Good evening and welcome to WYLN's late edition for Tuesday, August 13th, 2013. I'm Lisa Sugart. Tonight, a special dedication ceremony was held in Freeland in memory of a councilwoman who lost her battle with cancer. Plus, he's helped others, and now this well-known therapy pony is in need of his own help. In sports, Beth Mensinger talks with the new coach of the Bloomsburg Huskies wrestling team, and meteorologist Joe Garbacek's here with a 7-day forecast that's sure to please. But first, late edition's look at tonight's top stories. First, it was the city of Hazleton that began to crack down on noise in the city. Now the borough of West Hazleton is following suit.
We're having problems now with the cars on Broad Street. Hazleton has been tagging, stopping people with the loud noises in the cars because I've been reading the newspaper. We're having the same problem up our street, especially now with the lights not synchronized. They are stopping there. Our awning is completely boom, 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 boom. We can't tolerate it anymore.
That was one of the comments made to West Hazleton Borough Council tonight concerning loud music coming from cars that travel through the borough. Council President Mark Yeager explained the action being taken by council to crack down on that problem.
We amended our noise ordinance to include the noise coming out of cars. Our police chief last month asked if we could do that, and we looked at the city's ordinance and we pulled some stuff out of the city's ordinance to allow our police department now to give citations for noise violations that are coming from cars.
Yeager said the borough is also placing restrictions on pawn shops in West Hazleton. The pawn shop
ordinance has restrictions that the pawn shop has to hold merchandise for so long. There's been recent break-ins in the area, and a lot of these, drug addicts and stuff are just breaking in and grabbing jewelry and rare coins and taking them to pawn shops for a quick $20, $30, $100. Now this way, the pawn shops have to hold that merchandise for so long, keep records of who gave it to them. It's just to try a way to deter these crimes that are going on in the area.
In what was a longer than usual meeting, residents did not hold back on voicing concerns over problems plaguing their neighborhoods. Both Yeager and Borough Solicitor Chris Slusser encourage all residents to do the same.
My comment to the residents of West Hazleton is, if you see garbage in someone's backyard, call us. We can't be everywhere. You be our eyes and ears, and if you have loud music, call 911. Get the police there. You see something wrong, just call 911 and let us take care of it. If it's garbage or high grass, call the borough's office or send us an email on our website, and we will take care of that stuff for you.
What you've done is exactly what we would ask everyone to do and continue to do. But remember one thing, what you've done isn't in vain, and what you've done is your civic duty and to help your community. Just because you don't see the police immediately respond to that situation does not mean it's falling on deaf ears. There may be an ongoing investigation. There are a multitude of reasons why you may not have seen immediate reaction, but it doesn't mean that information you provide isn't going to be utilized properly. So, we thank you for doing that. Keep doing that.
Now, in other business, there could also be a light at the end of the tunnel for the borough's finances. It was announced that West Hazleton could complete the Act 47 process by 2015. Act 47 is the Financially Distressed Municipalities Act. President Barack Obama may be coming to the region or maybe not. AP is reporting the Obama administration is considering a 2-day bus tour next week, which would have stops in Buffalo, Binghamton, and Syracuse, New York, and Scranton. The trip has not been finalized, so if it happens, exactly where in Scranton he'd stop has not been decided. The president has been here several times. In fact, he stopped in the region while running for the Democratic nomination in 2008, and he's been back several times since. A federal appeals court has confirmed a lower court ruling denying pension benefits to a Luzerne County official. Bill Brace claimed in a federal suit that the County Retirement Board violated his right to due process by ending his pension in December 2009. Federal Judge A. Richard Caputo dismissed Brace's lawsuit in 2012. Brace appealed. The Third Circuit Court of Appeals agreed with Caputo. Brace served 3 months in prison for accepting a tailor-made suit from a county contractor. After retiring as county deputy chief clerk in 2008, he chose a pension option that allowed him to withdraw over $24,000 that he contributed toward his pension and receive a monthly county pension of $740. In November of 2009, Brace pleaded guilty to accepting a $1,500 suit from a contractor looking to get county business. The suspect in the hit-and-run death of a 5-year-old boy in December is getting new attorneys. 23-year-old Thomas Latier Jr. of Plains Township has been represented by the Public Defender's Office, but he will now be represented by 2 attorneys from a taxpayer-funded group of conflict counsel, Paul Galante and Allison Kazmarski. A conflict existed with the PD's office because First Assistant Public Defender Demetrius Fanek had represented Latier's girlfriend Abigail Tarver in a previous case. Police believe Latier admitted to Tarver that he fatally struck Kevin Miller on West North Street in Wilkes-Barre back on December 21st as he was leaving a Christmas party with his father. 50 years ago today, the Shepton mine disaster happened. A wildcat mine collapsed, trapping 3 miners underground: Hank Throne, Davy Fellon, and Lou Bova. Fellon was 58 years old at the time, Throne 28, and Bova 42. They were trapped underground for 14 days as teams of engineers, fellow miners, and family members all converged on the site. Eventually, Throne and Fellon were pulled out alive. Bova's body was never found. It has gone down as one of the most tragic events in both mining and area history. Now, WILN's L.A. Tyrone, along with Don Pachentz, who did the last interviews with Throne and Fellon, will discuss it in detail on tomorrow's Topic A, live at 5, right here on WILN. Standing room only at last night's long Wilkes-Barre area school board meeting. Some of the discussion centered around the board's hiring of Brian Layton as the new homeschool visitor. He's the brother of Mayor Tom Layton and was not the candidate recommended by the hiring committee, and he'll have to get emergency certification to hold the job.
Does the applicant who was recommended by the hiring committee that you ignored, or 5 of you ignored, do they have the certification currently? So, like, could they walk in? I mean, school starts August 28th, so, a little over 2 weeks.
I just want to tell you that I'm a surgeon, I'm an eye surgeon, proctologist, urologist, I'm a dentist, I'm a pharmacist. I don't have the certificate, but I could go online and get one if you got a job. The only thing I want to say is, I'll be short because you have a pretty good crowd. This situation, giving this job to Mr. Layton, no, I don't even know him, it's nothing personal. But if you have people that are more qualified, I don't know what you're doing. I think it's just another joke.
I understand that the other applicant who was qualified for this position was a female.
There is a 200.
Now, that wasn't the issue that packed the room, however. Most on hand were students and those who run booster clubs to support athletic teams. They said a board ruling made it impossible to bring propane tanks to Memorial Stadium, making it impossible to run concession stands to raise money for those teams. The board clarified its ruling, stating the clubs may use propane tanks, but cannot leave them at the stadium overnight. Well, expect some contentious negotiations between Luzerne County and some of its unions. 6 union contracts expire at the end of the year. Negotiations have begun. County Council has set 2 goals, a minimum 37.5-hour work week for full-timers and a restriction limiting uniform allowances to clothing that can't be used for everyday wear. One expiring contract sets the work week at 32.5 hours, another at 40 hours. A Teamster contract doesn't specify a set number of hours. The balance already are at 37.5. But increasing the work week for that one contract is expected to be contentious. Council is also considering asking for standard health care changes that would require employees to pay more. Dino's restaurant in the Laurel Mall is closed and won't be reopening. Owner Grace DeCosina said Monday it closed permanently 2 weeks ago. She says business has simply fallen off. The Laurel Mall Public Relations Office had no comment. Norfolk Southern will be working on its railroad lines in Hazleton, and that means traffic tie-ups. Buttonwood Street has been closed for most of today and will apparently be for the next several days. The next week, starting Monday, Church Street will be closed between the Heights-Gardner Beltway and Buttonwood Street. Detours will be in place. And get ready for some traffic problems on Route 309 in Mountaintop, specifically the portion of highway around the turns in Hanover and Fairview Townships. Starting Monday, PennDOT will begin clearing away overhanging rocks along the winding mountainous stretch of highway. It will take a year and cost $6 million. PennDOT's Mike Toludo says details such as whether there will be blasting, how to handle lane changes, and the like were still being discussed. All traffic will be channeled to one side of the highway during the work. Toludo says work will begin within the next few weeks, but there is no definite date as of yet. Now, for updates about construction and road conditions across the state, you can go to 511pa.com. And that is a look at tonight's top stories. Time now to get our first look at the forecast for the rest of your work week. Joe Garbaczyk is outside in the Bedrock Gardens Weather Center. And Joe, I understand things are looking pretty good.
That's right, Lisa. Of course, we had the rain that moved through our region earlier this morning. After that, it turned out very nice. The sunshine came out, comfortable conditions. Humidity levels a little bit up there. But now those humidity levels will continue to fall. Comfortable conditions, a little bit of a breeze in the backyard, feeling very nice. Let's take a look over the past 24 hours. Rainfall amounts, pretty much the winners have been toward the south and east, including places like Harrisburg, Mount Pocono, Allentown. How about Philadelphia? Over 2 inches of rain within 24-hour time period. All of us had seen some appreciable rainfall over the past 24 hours. Now, question is, will we see any rain in the 7-day forecast, or will it be dry every single day? I'm not going to tell you till we come back from break.
When it comes to the wire, guys, you are going to have an amazing experience. And if it means giving you back your money, plus, I'm going to do it. We guarantee everything. 112% money back guarantee. Labor and material guaranteed for a year. So you don't really need to worry about it. You're going to walk up to the wall, throw the switch, put your power cords in the outlets, and everything is the way it's supposed to be. Call me. Your time is valuable. If we're late, you get paid.
Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
Visit us for the lowest prices on furniture, mattresses, appliances, and electronics. This month, save 50% on Sealy mattresses or save up to $100 on select Lazy Boy furniture. And ask about our interest-free financing plans. Shop GrandCentral.com or visit us on Vine Street in Hazleton or Route 93 in Hazel Township.
Everybody shops Grand Central, making your house a home.
Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. Come see for yourself. They have the freshest selection of meats, cheese, and produce. Baked goods made fresh on premises. They have an in-store butcher who is happy to accommodate your special orders. Be sure to stop in and check out their unadvertised specials. You'll find them throughout the store. See their flyer for weekly specials. Heritage SureSave, your neighborhood full-service supermarket. This week at Heritage, don't miss their 3-day meat sale starting Wednesday and ending Friday. Stock up and save.
WYLN, your first choice for locally produced shows like Chef Lou, Jentastic Sweets, Off the Beaten Path, The Storm, and more. Find out how you can stretch your advertising dollars and be a part of the WYLN TV lineup. Call 570-459-1869, extension 1302. WYLN, we're your local network.
It definitely turned out to be a very nice looking day despite the rainfall we had around earlier this morning and last night, but that paved the way for some very nice conditions. Another front has moved through the region, and that is basically paving the way for a very nice looking 7-day forecast that I think just about everybody, with the exception of the infamous L.A. Tyrone, will like. That's right, L.A., sorry to say. All right. Live 35 Skycast Doppler. Nothing to show you. It continues to be dry across our region. And it's nice. No precipitation. In fact, this trend will continue to remain over the next several days. In fact, it doesn't look like we're going to be dealing with any type of rain anytime soon. But again, that rain that we had, some of the cool nights ahead and all, that's really going to continue to keep that grass growing. So don't be surprised if you have to cut that grass more often than you have this past summer. 65 degrees, our live Lehigh Tire conditions outside our television station in Hazleton. Pressure coming in at 29.78 inches of mercury, and you can see the rainfall since midnight. We picked up 0.2 of an inch of precipitation, and the winds now averaging between 5 to as much as 10 miles per hour. Our Robert Stevens Face and Body Almanac page for the day, 76 and 62. The high and low temperature, that's below the average high of 81. 98 and 42. The record high and low, they still stand. 613, 805. Sunrise and sunset for the daytime hours of tomorrow. So we woke up this morning, generally temperatures in the 60s. For low temperatures, not bad. And actually today getting up into the 70s, there's actually many locations that made it up into the 80s for daytime highs. Temperatures across our area right now, 65 degrees in Berwick, 62 in New Angola. It is now 66 in Bloomsburg as well as Monoy City and in Danville. Satellite and radar. Again, the front, as it was clearing our region, taking the clouds with it. Now, we still have some clouds across, say, the eastern third or so of Pennsylvania. We'll have a few clouds around the next couple of days, but we're going to see an abundance amount of sunshine as well. And overall, temperatures generally averaging in the 70s. That's actually pretty nice for this time of year, just a little bit below where we should be for this time of year. See a few green spots here. That's just radar clutter. That is not precipitation whatsoever. And Skycast precipitation and clouds paints a picture of some nice looking days ahead, starting tomorrow with our Wednesday, into our Thursday, into our Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Going into next week, it is looking just splendid and very nice. Tonight, dropping down into the 50s, maybe some upper 40s. Tomorrow, up into the 70s. Higher elevations may struggle to make it out of the upper 60s. Take a look at those numbers heading into tomorrow night. Boy, we're looking at temperatures dropping down into the 40s. It's going to be cool, comfortable, and nice. And then notice by the 12 o'clock hour, noontime hour on Thursday, temperatures should be up into the 60s. So it will be breezy as we head into tomorrow as well. You'll feel it in the air. And again, here in the higher elevations like Hazleton area, Freeland, Mountaintop, you get the picture of what I'm talking about. It may not be getting out of the upper 60s. Add to that a little bit of a breeze. Yeah, it may even feel a little bit cooler than what the actual air temperature indicates, but still nice. And low humidity levels. In fact, you won't even really feel any type of humidity tomorrow when you walk outside. That high slides through, and as it does, it's going to pave the way for a nice looking several days. Pleasant conditions right through the ending part of the week, heading into this weekend. The average jet down toward the south, and that means we're going to be beginning with some cool temperatures. The trend continues over the next several days. But that pattern, as I'll show you in the second part of the weather later on, this whole thing's going to flip-flop, and as a result, it should be bringing in some more milder conditions as we start going into the middle part and ending part of next week. But as we go into tomorrow statewide, if you have to do traveling anywhere, it does look nice, a mixture of clouds, sunshine. 70s will do it for normally milder locations, upper 60s for the normally chillier locations, especially in the higher elevations. Extended forecast brought to you by the Wire Guys, a division of Arc Electric. Nice, 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 pleasant, 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 beautiful, 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 and stunning. All 7 in a row. Not a chance of any rain at this point. The coolest will be tomorrow. Probably the warmest will be Monday of next week, but then looking beyond the 7-day forecast, past the 20th of August as we go into the middle part and ending part of next week, which you don't see here, signs indicate that temperatures have a good potential of getting back up into the 80s where they should be, if not slightly above average. But look at those overnight lows. Some of those overnight lows dropping down into the 40s. Our evening Pennsylvania lottery numbers, the daily 737. The big 4, 1334. Quinto numbers looking like this, 27236. And the cash 5, 15, 18, 19, 35, and 37. Lisa.
Great forecast, Joe. I think we're going to take a copy of that so we can run it when that white stuff heads our way. fake everybody out with that forecast. Coming up, a very special dedication to a woman who dedicated much of her time to the borough of Freeland. Ken Kara has our story next on Late Edition.
For all your projects, large and small, Bedrock Gardens has it all. They are fully stocked and ready to fill your order. Rubber mulch and rubber curving to match. Lots of color choices to pick from. Wall stone, natural stone, full pallets ready to go. Their bins are full with rich colored quality mulch that will look wonderful all season long. Finish off your fabulous outdoor space with their quality patio furniture and easy to assemble fire pits. Everything you need for your summer projects. Delivery available or just stop by and they will load you up. Bedrock Gardens, locally owned and operated. Call today. Hey everyone, want some close-to-home fun? Join the Keystone Active Zone Passport program to create your own backyard adventure exploring parks, trails, and events. It's fun, easy, and it's free. This year's Passport has more than 30 stops. Enjoy Riverfest in Wilkes-Barre and Pittston. Explore the Delaware and Lehigh National Heritage Corridor and more. Register at kazpassport.org. Visit as many stops as you want. Each stop has a question. Find the answers and log them in on the website. Start exploring today.
Join us this week on Let's Talk Chiropractic, a very interesting show on car accidents, how they affect the spine, how the injuries take place, and what chiropractic care can do to get you well. It's coming up this week. Join us.
I'm Liz Tolan. I'd like to invite you to the first annual COPS event. It's taking place on September 21st right here at the Butler Township Community Center. This event, brought to you by WYLN 35 in Hazleton, the Greater Hazleton Health Alliance, and other area sponsors, will consist of a 5K run, 5K walk, kids fun run, open air concert, free cookout for the community, crafters, tricky trace, and so much more. Proceeds from this event will go to benefit 4 area police departments. When you call these men and the men and women they serve with, they're going to be there for you. Won't you take one day out of your busy schedule and be there for them?
New episodes coming soon, only on WYLN.
Welcome back. Well, it was a picture-perfect night at Freeland Public Park this evening. Some children played on the swings, others were at the basketball court. Couples could be seen all over enjoying a walk in one of Freeland's favorite spots. There was also a Crime Watch meeting going on in the pavilion, and just outside there was a special dedication taking place. Our Ken Kara has the story.
The Freeland Public Park is a special place. The rec board maintains this public space for the families of Freeland to enjoy. It's a nice place for the community to have a good time and hopefully remember the good times that were had here.
Rick Wenner remembers the good times. He used to walk here with his wife and kids after getting ice cream. His wife, Beth Ann, passed away in 2011 after a battle with esophageal cancer. Now there's a bench at the Freeland Public Park dedicated to Beth Ann Wenner, a former member of Freeland Council and a former member of the Recreation Board.
My kids were out here every day when they were young, and they're still here at night playing basketball. They're in college. When they come back, they play basketball down here.
Is it a nice reminder when you come out, even tonight, at the Crime Watch and see the bench here and the tree? What kind of goes through your mind?
Just know it's remnants that she was around, that she did stuff here. She got the grant for this, for the path walk all around the place and that.
At one point, Wenner was also the executive director of the Volunteer Center of Greater Hazelton, and that group paid to have the bench dedicated in her name.
We wanted to do this to remember her because she did a lot for the Volunteer Center, she did a lot for Freeland, she did a lot for the kids in the area, and I'm talking the whole area. We just completed a grant that she had gotten for us for the Volunteer Center. We did Get Moving at the Y with the 8th grade students, and that was also part of Beth Ann's doing. So she's still active even though she's not here, and we're just so thrilled to have this as a permanent remembrance for her.
The president of the Freeland Recreation Board, Ron Harkins, worked with Wenner a number of times in the borough.
What's the one thing you remember about her that really sticks out in your memory?
She was very helpful, always there to help somebody.
All of Beth Ann Wenner's hard work continues to pay off for her community. And here's a silent thank you for all of that dedication. And not too far off in the distance, another generation is making memories at Freeland's Public Park. In Freeland, for WILN's Late Edition, I'm Ken Cara.
Thank you, Kenny. Well, right next to that bench dedicated to Beth Ann Wenner, there is also a tree that was planted in her memory. The tree will be decorated every Christmas for her. There was another bench dedicated tonight in memory of Vito and Rose Polari. If you are interested in helping out the Volunteer Center of Greater Hazelton, you can give them a call at 453-0426. When we come back, Beth is in with the first half of sports. Stay with us.
All-American Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram in Tamaqua, PA is a 3-generation family-owned and operated dealership entering their 33rd year of business and continues to uphold the family philosophy that every customer should be treated as part of the family. Stop in and let them show you how they honor these values. You'll meet a family member in every department, from finding your new car in sales to low interest rates and financing and extending your vehicle's life and service.
Give us the opportunity to show you. We're big enough to serve you, but small enough to know you.
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer, dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
A winning smile. It's not the secret to success, but it sure helps. Protect your smile by visiting Dr. Weiss for complete dental services. Dr. Weiss offers a full-service denture laboratory on premises, offering dentures in one day. 3 dentists, 4 hygienists, and a team of caring technicians and assistants specializing in quality dentures and repairs, complete general dentistry, extractions, cleaning, and caps. Dr. Weiss, where you can have new dentures in one day.
WILN TV 35, first in live sports.
Hi, I'm Ron Jaworski. For the best in local TV sports, watch WILN TV 35.
WILN TV 35 has it covered.
Hi, my name is Vince Papelli. I'm a former Philadelphia Eagle wide receiver and special teams guy, and for local sports coverage, I watch only WILN 35.
High school football starts August 30th on WILN TV.
Off a very successful season last year under the direction of head coach John Stutzman, who has moved on to Buffalo University. The Bloomsburg University Huskies wrestling team has a new name at the helm, Jason Mester. Mester has been coaching in some facet for 9 seasons, most recently at his alma mater of Central Michigan University. Mester's hiring was announced by the university last week, and he spoke to Bloom Sports Information Director Tom McGuire about what he thinks will be challenges and what his goals are for the Huskies, who recorded a 17-3 season last year.
I've been doing this for 9 seasons, and I've worked under 3 amazing head coaches, all of them National Coaches of the Year, with Tom Borelli and Mark Manning and Brian Smith at their respective programs. And learning from them, I've learned a great deal of knowledge and about the sport, and now I just want to put it into play and be a head coach and take over a program and do what I've learned. Goals are going to be pretty high, and right now, looking at where this team has been and where this team can head, I think we can be a top 10 program. That's initially where we'll start, and On top of that, we're going to have a GPA of over 3.0 and try to be in the top 5 in the country with the GPA. So overall, that's the most important thing. You got to do it on both ends of the spectrum, academically and athletically.
Nestor is one of the top wrestlers in CMU history, ranking 11th with 104 career wins from 2001 to 2004. For the second straight year, the Huskies will take part in the Grapple in the Garden wrestling event at Madison Square Garden in New York. That will be Sunday, December 1st. Bloom is one of 6 teams that completed their season in the top 25, including Illinois, Penn, Cornell, Maryland, and Rutgers. That will be at Madison Square Garden. The Penn State Nittany Lions 2013 football season will be getting started in just over 2 weeks, but that doesn't mean plans aren't already in the making for 2015, and today a new team was added to their schedule. For the first time ever, the Nittany Lions will host San Diego State University at Beaver Stadium September 26th of 2015. The Aztecs posted a 9-4 overall record last year, and they shared a piece of the Mountain West Conference title championship. Penn State is undefeated, playing Mountain West teams, winning against Air Force 3 times prior and Utah State once. The last time the boys from Happy Valley faced off with an MWC team was in 1977. And Philadelphia Phillies pitcher Jonathan Pettibone will begin his rehab assignment on Thursday, back where he started with the Fightin' Phils in Reading. The 23-year-old was placed on the DL August 2nd with a right shoulder strain, but will play in Baseball Town against the Binghamton Mets. Pettibone was one of the top prospects for the Phils last year, pitching for Reading, going 9-7 with a 3.30 ERA. He was then promoted to the Iron Pigs, and then in April of this year, was brought up to the Bigs, filling in for an injured John Lannon. With the Phils, he is 5-4, and in 15 of his 18 starts, he's allowed only 3 earned runs or less. More baseball news coming up in the second half of sports. Make sure you stay tuned. You're watching Late Edition on WYLN.
WYLN TV 35 is looking to hire a highly motivated, energetic salesperson for the Hazleton and surrounding areas. We offer a competitive salary and benefits package. Call 956-5772.
They say a picture's worth 1,000 words. Here at Classic Floor Covering, we take pride in all our works of art. Take a look at a few. Classic Floor Covering. Who do you trust for your floor covering needs?
Hi, I'm Chef Lou. Make sure you tune in to WYLN 35. Great recipes and great Italian cuisine only on WYLN 35.
Recapping tonight's top stories, first it was the city of Hazleton that began to crack down on noise in the city. Now the borough of West Hazleton is following suit.
We're having problems now with the cars on Broad Street. Hazleton has been tagging, stopping people with the loud noises in the cars because I've been reading the newspaper. We're having the same problem on our street, especially now with the lights not synchronized. They are stopping there. Our awning is completely boom, 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 boom. We can't tolerate it anymore.
Comments made to West Hazleton Borough Council tonight concerning loud music coming from cars that travel through the borough. Council President Mark Yeager explained the action being taken by council to crack down on the problem.
We amended our noise ordinance to include the noise coming out of cars. Our police chief last month asked if we could do that, and we looked at the city's ordinance and we pulled some stuff out of the city's ordinance to allow our police department now to give citations for noise violations that are coming from cars.
Yeager said the borough is also placing restrictions on pawn shops.
The pawn shop ordinance has restrictions that the pawn shop has to hold merchandise for so long. There's been recent break-ins in the area, and these drug addicts and stuff are just breaking in and grabbing jewelry and rare coins and taking them to pawn shops for a quick $20, $30, $100. Now this way, the pawn shops have to hold that merchandise for so long and keep records of who gave it to them. It's just to try a way to deter these crimes that are going on in the area.
In what was a longer than usual meeting, residents did not hold back, voicing their concerns over problems plaguing their neighborhoods. Both Yeager and Borough Solicitor Chris Slusser encouraged all residents to do the same.
My comment to the residents of West Hazelton is, if you see garbage in someone's backyard, call us. We can't be everywhere. You be our eyes and ears, and if you have loud music, call 911. Get the police there. You know, you see something wrong, just call 911 and let us take care of it. If it's garbage or high grass, call the borough's office or send us an email on our website, and we will take care of that stuff for you.
What you've done is exactly what we would ask everyone to do and continue to do. But remember one thing, what you've done isn't in vain, and what you've done is your civic duty and to help your community. Just because you don't see the police immediately respond to that situation does not mean it's falling on deaf ears. There may be ongoing investigation. There are a multitude of reasons why you may not have seen immediate reaction, but it doesn't mean that that information you provide isn't going to be utilized properly. So, we thank you for doing that. Keep doing that.
In other business tonight, there could be a light at the end of the tunnel for the borough's finances. It was announced that West Hazelton could complete the Act 47 process by 2015. Act 47 is the Financially Distressed Municipalities Act. President Barack Obama may be coming to our region or maybe not. AP is reporting the Obama administration is considering a 2-day bus tour next week, which would have stops in Buffalo, Binghamton, and Syracuse, New York, and Scranton. The trip has not been finalized, so if it happens, exactly where in Scranton he would stop has not yet been decided. The president has been here several times. In fact, he stopped in the region while running for the Democratic nomination back in 2008, and he's been back several times since. A federal appeals court has confirmed a lower court ruling denying pension benefits to a Luzerne County official. Bill Brace claimed in a federal suit that the County Retirement Board violated his right to due process by ending his pension in December of 2009. Federal Judge A. Richard Caputo dismissed Brace's lawsuit back in 2012. Brace appealed. The Third Circuit Court of Appeals agreed with Caputo. Brace served 3 months in prison for accepting a tailor-made suit from a county contractor. After retiring as county deputy chief clerk in 2008, Brace chose a pension option that allowed him to withdraw more than $24,000 that he contributed toward his pension and receive a monthly county pension of $740. In November of 2009, Brace pleaded guilty to accepting a $1,500 suit from a contractor looking to get county business. The suspect in the hit-and-run death of a 5-year-old boy back in December is getting new attorneys. 23-year-old Thomas Latier Jr. of Plains Township has been represented by the Public Defender's Office, but now he will be represented by 2 attorneys from a taxpayer-funded group of conflict counsel, Paul Galante and Allison Kazmarski. A conflict existed with the PD's office because First Assistant Public Defender Demetrius Fanek had represented Latier's girlfriend, Abigail Tarver, in a previous case. Police believe Latier admitted to Tarver that he fatally struck Kevin Miller on West North Street in Wilkes-Barre back on December 21st as Miller was leaving a Christmas party with his father. 50 years ago today, the Shepton mine disaster happened. A Wildcat mine collapsed, trapping 3 miners underground: Hank Throne, Davy Fellon, and Lou Bova. Fellon was 58 years old at the time, Throne 28, and Bova 42. They were trapped underground for 14 days as teams of engineers, fellow miners, and family members all converged on that site. Eventually, Throne and Fellon were pulled out alive. Bova's body was never found. It has gone down as one of the most tragic events in both mining and area history. WYLN's L.A. Tyrone and Don Pachentz, who did the last interviews with Throne and Fellon, will discuss the Shepton mine disaster in detail on tomorrow's Topic A, live at 5, right here on WYLN. It was standing room only at last night's long Wilkes-Barre area school board meeting. Some of the discussion centered around the board's hiring of Brian Layton as the new homeschool visitor. He's the brother of Mayor Tom Layton and was not the candidate recommended by the hiring committee, and he'll have to get emergency certification to hold the job.
Does the applicant who was recommended by the hiring committee that you ignored, or 5 of you ignored, do they have the certification currently? So like, could they walk in? I mean, school starts August 28th, so, a little over 2 weeks.
I just want to tell you that I'm a surgeon, I'm an eye surgeon, proctologist, urologist, I'm a dentist, I'm a pharmacist. I don't have the certificate, but I could go online and get one if you got a job. The only thing I want to say is, I'll be short because you have a pretty good crowd. This situation, giving this job to Mr. Layton, I don't even know him, it's nothing personal, but if you have people that are more qualified, I don't know what you're doing. I think it's just another joke.
I understand that the other applicant who was qualified for this position was a female.
Now, that wasn't the issue that packed the room last night. Most on hand were students and those who run booster clubs to support athletic teams. They said a board ruling made it impossible to bring propane tanks to Memorial Stadium, making it impossible to run concession stands to raise money for the teams. The board clarified its ruling, stating the clubs may use the propane tanks, but cannot leave them at the stadium overnight. Well, expect some contentious negotiations between Luzerne County and some of its unions. 6 union contracts will expire at the end of the year. Negotiations have begun. County Council has set 2 goals, a minimum 37.5-hour work week for full-timers and a restriction limiting uniform allowances to clothing that cannot be used for everyday wear. One expiring contract sets the work week at 32.5 hours, another at 40. A Teamsters contract does not specifically set a number of hours. The balance already are at 37.5. But increasing the work week for that one contract is expected to be contentious. Council is also considering asking for standard health care changes that would require employees to pay more. Dino's Pizzeria in the Laurel Mall is closed and won't be reopening. Owner Grace DeCosinas said Monday it closed permanently 2 weeks ago. She says business has simply fallen off. The Laurel Mall Public Relations Office had no comment. Well, Norfolk Southern will be working on its railroad lines in Hazleton, and that means traffic tie-ups. Buttonwood Street has been closed for most of today and will apparently be for the next several days. Then next week, starting Monday, Church Street will be closed between the Heights-Gardner Beltway and Buttonwood Street. Detours will be in place. And get ready for some traffic problems along Route 309 in Mountaintop, specifically the portion of the highway around the turns in Hanover and Fairview Townships. Starting on Monday, PennDOT will begin clearing away overhanging rocks along the winding mountainous stretch of highway. It will take a year and cost $6 million. PennDOT's Mike Toludo said details such as whether there will be blasting, how to handle any lane changes, and the like were still being discussed. All traffic will be channeled to one side of the highway during the work. Toludo says work will begin within the next few weeks, but there's no definite date as of yet. Now, for updates about construction and road conditions across the state, you can go to 511pa.com. And that is a look at tonight's top story recaps. When we come back, a special story about a therapy pony who now needs your help. Plus, Beth is back in with the second half of sports.
And it's getting a little bit cool in the backyard, a little bit of a breeze, but if you think today is cool, wait until you see the next couple of nights how cool it's going to be. But it is hurricane season after all. It's been fairly quiet in the tropics, but for the month of August, a lot can happen. Here's a look at some of the most powerful hurricanes that have been on record for the month of August. And the one really that should trigger your mind and bring back memories is Katrina back in 2005. We'll have the complete 7-day forecast coming up in just a few.
The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated at 542 North Wyoming Street in Hazleton, serving the greater Hazleton area since 1890 and still family owned and operated, offers convenient parking, handicapped accessibility, seating for over 150 people, casket, cremation product showrooms to accommodate traditional, cremation, and pre-planned funerals. The Frank J. Bonin Funeral Home Incorporated, 570-454-3341.
Your family's good health begins with a great team. That team is the Alliance Medical Group. We're the first healthcare provider in the greater Hazleton area to offer a fully integrated approach to family and specialized medical care. Our expanding network of more than 30 physicians and specialists are trusted by thousands for routine and complex medical treatments. For a convenient appointment at any of our 15 regional offices, simply call 501-4AMG. Alliance Medical Group. Your health, that's our specialty.
Tom, you can't be serious.
Hey, good morning, neighbor. Just thought I'd pay some bills and download some tunes.
But you've got DSL at your house. Go do that there.
Yeah, but your cable high-speed internet is so much faster.
Lucky me.
Oh, by the way, your mom emailed you. Man, are you in trouble.
Service Electric high-speed internet. The best internet in the neighborhood.
Hello, I'm Tiffany Cloud. There's a difference between reading the Constitution and understanding it. Until around 5 years ago, Attorney Joe Wolverton was a practicing constitutional attorney. And for the last 9 years, he's been a featured contributor to New American Magazine. He's a true national authority on the Constitution of the United States. And join me for this very special series with Attorney Joe Wolverton on Storm Politics, only on WYLN TV. He is the first well-known therapy pony. He's in Gainesville, Florida, but is helping kids in need around the country. And now he needs therapy himself. Catherine Awasti has the story of Toby, the therapy pony.
There you go, kiddo. Little Toby is back to his usual curious self. Just last week, this miniature pony had thousands on edge.
So we were a little bit concerned that something had stressed him out, and it was causing him to have ulcers.
But Toby wasn't responding to treatment, so they kept looking.
He had an obstruction in the very end of his GI tract. Luckily for us, that's a place that we can have some time to formulate a plan.
So, like the patients Toby will visit, he himself spent time in the hospital. It's been 1 week since the surgery, and Toby's back in with his mom, and he's recovering from stitches, which will take about 30 days to heal.
It was just a very scary time, and people have been following Toby really throughout the world.
Which meant all eyes on Dr. Latcher.
Sitting there watching this horse, hoping that everything turns out okay.
And her love and attention for this tiny pony touched the hearts of thousands.
Toby has been inspiring, I think inspiring to us, but really inspiring to people all over the world.
And the amount of love and energy and prayers and you name it that we have gotten for this little horse is just, it's 1 in a million. I've never experienced anything like it.
Now, Toby is even closer with the children he hopes to help when they are in his position.
Children are going to be able to relate to Toby and what he's been through with the surgery, and Toby's going to have some great visits and be able to share the experience with children and be, I think, just an opportunity for them to have some extra healing.
Healing like Toby, whose heroic recovery will be an inspiration. Reporting for INN News, I'm Catherine Awasti.
Best of luck to Toby. Isn't he adorable? When we come back, Beth's in with the second half of sports, and Joe has more on that stellar forecast. We'll be right back.
All Care Home Care, the health care that you need in the comfort and privacy of your own home.
At All Care Home Care, our caring and compassionate staff of skilled nurses, occupational, speech, physical therapists, dietitian, social worker, and home health aides will give you the professional care you need. Call 459-3002.
With All Care Home Care, you will feel so much better and be able to do so much more.
Remember, it's still your choice. For your care, call us and we'll be there.
Managing risk is more than just buying an insurance policy.
At Dreyfus, our approach is different. We have 25 risk management professionals who have the tools and experience to help our clients avoid and survive unexpected events. We can help you with risk transfer, OSHA requirements, safe workplace, cybersecurity, and claims management. All of these go well beyond an insurance policy. We're also independent, so we can access dozens of insurance carriers like Grange Insurance, who can insure your auto, home, business, and life. Dreyfus Insurance since 1901 and Grange Insurance since 1935. We're committed to helping you manage risk.
Welcome to Robert Stevens Face and Body, Hazelton's complete skincare center. Here, our licensed specialists will consult with you to discuss your skincare needs, rejuvenate you with our special facial treatments, and apply gentle, relaxing massages to melt your tension away, using all state-of-the-art technical treatments and superior skin products. So call today and let the transformation begin at Robert Stevens Face and Body, 788-7546.
Weatherwood is a privately owned 200-bed nursing and rehabilitation center. Nestled within the quiet town of Weatherly, PA, we offer our residents and their families tranquil and scenic views from just about anywhere in the building. We are located within minutes of Hazelton General Hospital, as well as major metropolitan medical and trauma centers in the Lehigh Valley. Whispering Meadows is a 50-bed secured dementia unit within our facility. Whether you need short-term, long-term, or respite stay, call or stop by today for a tour.
Enjoy the great outdoors at the Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range's Trap, Skeet, and Sporting Clays course. No waiting and no lines. First time shooting? Whitetail Preserve employs certified instructors to help you get the most out of your experience. Hungry? The restaurant at Whitetail has a great menu to satisfy and offers catering for all occasions. Whitetail Preserve Shooting Range, approximately 13 miles west of Hazelton and just 1 hour from Allentown, Reading, and the Delaware Water Gap. 118 Boulevard Road, just off the Rockland Road near Rockland. 384-2314.
The fatal fall of a fan from the upper level of Turner Field in Atlanta has been called accidental. 30-year-old Ronald Homer of Georgia fell to his death during the rain delay of last night's Braves-Phillies game. There's no indication that it was anything but an accident, though authorities say they're still investigating. His mother, Connie Homer, told a TV station Ron was a big Braves fan who attended as many games as he could. An autopsy was scheduled this morning, though the results of it have not yet been released. A surprise in Minnesota, where the Twins have put first baseman Justin Morneau on revocable waivers. Any team which claims him over the next 3 days would have a short window of time to finalize a trade with the Twins, or the Twins could pull him back and keep him. The Twins could also let the claiming team keep him without any compensation. The 32-year-old is hitting .262 this season with 14 home runs and 67 RBIs. Morneau won the 2006 American League MVP. He's earning $14 million in the final season of a 6-year deal. The Philadelphia Phillies have released Lance Nix. The outfielder slash first baseman was designated for assignment on August 6th when the Phils activated Don Brown from the disabled list. The 32-year-old Nix batted 180 in 136 appearances at the plate this year. The Giants fan who threw a banana peel in the direction of Orioles' Adam Jones has identified himself, and he says there was nothing racial about it. Alexander Polides told the San Jose Mercury News he grabbed a banana off a catering cart at AT&T Park and threw it towards the field in frustration near the end of the Orioles' 10-2 win. Polides said it wasn't meant as an insult to Jones, but just anger at the Giants' poor play. Homered and had 4 RBIs in that game. Redskins coach Mike Shanahan said there's no chance Robert Griffin III will play in the preseason. He also says he has no private deal with Griffin about playing in Week 1 of the regular season, as implied by the second-year pro quarterback. Griffin has said he's healthy and able and wants to play. Shanahan has allowed Griffin to run 7-on-7 drills during training camp, but not full 11-on-11s, saying that the unpredictability of those plays could lead to sudden movements that could re-injure Griffin's knee. And former Eagle Hugh Douglas has been fired from his job as an ESPN analyst after a confrontation with one of his co-workers. Douglas threatened to beat up Michael Smith, who appeared with Douglas on Numbers Never Lie. Douglas also used several racial slurs against Smith, even though both are black. Douglas put a short statement on Twitter saying he's disappointed to be leaving ESPN and will have more to say about the incident in the future. He did not apologize to Smith or ESPN about the incident as of yet. Checking out tonight's scoreboard, we have the Eastern League top prospect for the Phillies, Jesse Biddle, pitches 6 innings and strikes out 9. The Fighting get the win 7-6 with his run scoring on a wild pitch. In the International League, Rail Riders win their first home game since July 25th. Russ Kanzler is 1 for 4 with a run scored for the Indians. They trail the Clippers by 1 in the 9th. In the majors, delayed in New York in the 8th inning, Yanks up big on the Angels 12-3. CC Sabathia looking for his 10th win of the season. And it's free baseball in Canada. Toronto and the Red Sox were tied at 2. Shane Victorino up big with a hit in the 11th. They win by 2, and Tampa Bay falls to Seattle. The Tigers trail by 1. It's scoreless in the 9th for the Marlins and the Royals. And the Indians have the 5-2 lead in the 9th inning. And the Astros, they are leading the A's by 2. That one's in the 2nd. Tonight was the 18th loss for the Phillies in 22 games. The Pirates have the 3-2 lead on the Cards. Padres winning in the 6th. Baltimore blanking the D-backs thus far, and the San Francisco Giants are trailing the Nationals 3-1 in the top of the 7th. Joe G is coming right back after the break. Make sure you stay tuned.
S.J. Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric, Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room in your home. The money-saving technology can save you 25 to 50% on your heating bill. For Mitsubishi, Rinnai, and trained comfort specialists, call S.J. Kowalski at 570-455-2600.
During these changing times, is your insurance program up to date? I'm local Allstate agent Gary McNeilis. I invite you to come into our office or give us a call. We'll help you be sure that you have the proper coverage to take care of all your family's needs at a price you can afford. Now more than ever, you need to be in good hands to protect everything that's important to you. Our team of insurance professionals and I will be honored to serve you. Are you in good hands?
If you haven't found the perfect fishing getaway, you haven't been to Captain's Cove. Located on Henderson Harbor in upstate New York, Captain's Cove offers a variety of accommodations to please just about anyone. The motel, also located on the harbor, offers a magnificent view. Enjoy free morning coffee, air-conditioned rooms, cable TV, and HBO. The cottage can accommodate up to 8 people with 3 bedrooms, a complete kitchen, washer, dryer, 2 full baths, air conditioning, an outside grill, and picnic table. Call us today for rates and information at 1-800-824-FISH.
We're in the 60s outside our television station as I speak. Rainfall since midnight, only 0.2 of an inch of precipitation, but a measurable amount in just about every location. And I noticed the dew point numbers in the 50s, and they're going to be low the next several days because we're not going to have much humidity. In fact, none literal humidity. It's going to feel very good when you happen to walk outside. Live 35 Skycast Doppler, really nothing to show you. There's pretty much ground clutter. So again, it's going to be nice through tonight and looking nice as we head into tomorrow. 68 now at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport, 63 in Mount Pocono, 70 still in Selinsgrove. It's 67 in downtown, 77 in Philadelphia. And look at how these numbers drop off as you head to Bradford, as you head to Franklin. Those temperatures are already in the 50s. That again is a telltale sign of some much cooler air on the move. Before all is said and done, we're going to be looking at temperatures in the 40s for overnight lows. Still in the 60s up in the Wyoming Valley area. Satellite and radar, all that precipitation has come through our area. Still got a few clouds across parts of the state of Pennsylvania, and we'll have to deal with some clouds over the next few days, but we're also going to deal with a lot of sunshine, and it's going to continue to remain dry across our region. It's going to be breezy again tomorrow. Little humidity, practically nothing. It is going to be very nice. High pressure starts to build in. Looks very nice right through this upcoming weekend, and then by the middle part of next week, indications are that we can be looking at a nice warm-up in our forecast. The jet stream, which is down here, just like that, now it's going to go up just like that as we go into next week, which means we're going to bring in some much warmer air as we start going into next week. Extended forecast brought to you by The Wire, guys. A division of Arc Electric. I don't know if LA is trying to do a rating scale or nothing, but if he is, I guess that means Oh, he's saying 68 out of 100. I'm like, boy, I'm failing with this forecast, I guess. But you can see in the 60s tomorrow, 70s the next couple of days with a lot of sunshine and some 40s for overnight lows.
What was that? It did like you're doing.
It's like up and then.
You almost just knocked you in the face.
Okay,
No, I said
Josie.
about that much room.
I don't know. You're getting a little creative there with the
A
forecasting,
little
huh?
animated.
Yeah.
Well, you gotta do something when it's the same
Like
weather over the next couple of days.
Kazoo there with a
Sound effects.
sound
Almost like
effect.
you gotta be one of those like mimes.
Get the rope going.
We got them cracking
We
up
gotta
in
get
the
the
control
hook.
room.
Good night.
Tim off.